Hello everyone. Now today in this video we're gonna learn about, in previous one we learned about tuples, and if you have not seen that video, a link is given in the description section. Just check that out. Okay. Now in this one we're gonna learn about set. What does set means? How does this work? Let's jump to the Jupyter notebook directly and try to understand it over there with the practical examples. Okay. So here we are in Jupyter notebook. Now if you see here, I have created list and here I have a tuple. Now what happens with a set? Why do we create a set and how is that created? So if you notice over here, list is created within square bracket and tuples are created in round bracket. How does it work with set? So yeah, you guessed it right. Now there is only one bracket which is left, and that's curly bracket. This is the curly bracket. Curly bracket we use to create the set, right? So now let's try to create a set over here. Here we're gonna just put it set and let's try to check its data type. Type is my set. Oh, is there something wrong? Let's run this. Yeah, here it gave state. Why is it saying state? Yeah, now this is correct. All right, so sometimes the processing is little slow, so just bear with that. Okay, now moving forward, here we just check that what is how to create the set and how to check its type. Let's try to print the values, right? Let's try to print the values. If you notice over here, first we have 40, 30, 60, 35, 50 and 70. Before we proceed further, now again you would be getting the obvious question, why do we need to create this set? Just because it is stored in curly bracket, does this make any difference? No, obviously no. So that's something which we're gonna check over here. Now let's try to print this set thing. All right, so now if you see over here, it's we store the value first 40, then 30, then 60, 35 and so on. But here it is not printed in the same way. So that's the feature of set. It does not follow the order. Whatever order you give, it's not going to listen to that. Okay, so it follows its own order. There is no indexing in set as well, right? So set is not indexed. What does that mean? Let's for example try to use my list. Okay, let's print this, and if you want to access this particular element which is 60, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the index number 2 and that you can access. Same happens with tuple, right? So my tuple, and you access that, it is printing 6. Now let's try if this works with set as well. First of all, the spelling for set is not correct. Now if you run this particular thing, then it says set object is not subscriptable, right? We cannot subset a set statement. Okay, it's not subsettable, we can say, because we cannot slice and dice it, we cannot change its value as well. So that's the another feature which is similar to tuple. In tuple also we cannot change the value, in set also we cannot change the value, right? So what else that we have with set? What else can we do? Let's try to do one more interesting thing. Now you see over here, we have 40 and rest of the numbers are unique. Now let's try to put another 40. Okay, and let's try to print this particular value. So you see both of the 40s are available. That means it is allowing us to store the duplicate values, right? Now let's try to do the same thing over here and say my tuple, and print this. It is also allowing this. Now let's try to check this thing in set. Here it says, oops, this is the obvious error, inaccurate. Now this is created, but is it storing actually that? Now if you see, it is not storing that, though you have entered two same elements, but that is not stored. So that's the another important feature for set. Set does not allow duplicate values, right? So what are the differences? Set we create within a curly bracket. It is unordered and it does not allow the duplicate values. That's a very good feature which differentiates it from tuple and list. Like we saw in case of tuple also, that tuple was unchangeable, but we changed that by changing its data type. So the same thing you can do over here also, like, right? So let's say list, and let's store it in X. Now try to print X. X is over here. Now if you want, you can just change its value. Let's, for example, you want to access the third element, print the third element, which is 40. Now let's put the value 80 in place of that. Okay, now if you print X, the in third position 0 1 2 3, third position you have value 80. Now you can again store it in the set, right? And but for that you're gonna just change its data type, all right? And then you can just print